Good morning, garden friends. It is Lynn here from Little Fence Garden. This is one of the art pieces that I have in my garden. Just a lot of pretty charms. I love it. I wanted to show you what I did with the potting bench. I don't know if you remember my mentioning it before, but this design is horrible. These troughs fill up with water and then they just get really gross. Water stands in these, and I drilled 264 holes yesterday. I put 2 holes in each trough, all the way across here and the back, and then this shelf, and then this one. So that is done, and it is already so much better. I paid so little for this shelf. I want to keep using it as long as I can. I really cannot afford to upgrade my potting bench right now. So being able to fix those troughs that are catching all the water was a big deal. We've got the borage in here that I potted up last week. Now it looks a little yellow because I did something so stupid. I forgot to put the holes in the bottom of these new pots. So I came out here and they were standing in water where we had a rain. I was able to remedy the situation, but not before these leaves soaked up way too much water. But I think they're gonna bounce back okay. And this new sedum is doing well. Blue surge. These marigolds are such a pretty color. These are some Roma tomatoes that I planted from seed, and I've put just a few in here. I hope they will get enough airflow and do well and give me some Roma tomatoes this summer. I read about planting in different kinds of plastic. There are some that are considered okay. I don't have anything to link for you. I just did some reading online about the different kinds of plastic, and this one is supposedly okay based on the markings on the bottom. And then here is another one of the Roma tomatoes. This bolted really quickly, this rocket salad or arugula. I have been getting some little leaves, so I just come out here and pick some for salad. Now, this is new, and there's a huge reason for it. All 5 of my goldfish died suddenly and quickly. I know it had to be something with the water. We're very careful not to get chlorine in the water. The fish were doing great. We had had some good rain. The water was looking better and better. I honestly have no idea what happened. It had to be something incompatible with those goldfish in the water that happened quickly. And they were fine one day. The next day I came out here, they were all 5 floating. So there's another Roma tomato, and I've just got some rocks. That's actually from the beach. So is that other crazy rock or whatever this is. And this is too, this piece of cement with the rocks in it. I love to find things like that to use in the garden. Anyway, I'm not devastated. I'm very sad about it because I did love the goldfish so much. I ended up hanging this tub here, and I just put my plants in it. I've got my pitcher plant, which is doing really well. These are very cool. They fill up with water and trap bugs inside. And it overwintered out here. The goldfish had lived through the winter. In my old garden, in the old house I used to live in, I had a goldfish pond outside for 10 years, and I never lost fish like that. So I'm just completely baffled. We've got these beautiful, healthy looking lilies that are gonna bloom. I'm so excited about this. Now, I'm not sure what's going on here. Is that some sort of aphid? I think it is. So these are gonna bloom. It's just such a beautiful color. It's doing great. Look at all the new growth. I need to maybe cut this back. I don't know. Because there's, oh no, that's a separate stem there. I was gonna say, what is going on? I've got some carrots in here. They're looking okay. I've never had success with carrots until now. I guess this is success. I pulled one out the other day and ate it, and it tasted great. It was really good. It wasn't as big as it probably should get to. And then look at this gorgeous astilbe. This is the dark side of the moon. I mean, it is just beautiful. Got lots of little spiders out here. I don't know if you can, there he goes. And the hollyhocks are growing. I'm so excited, but please don't tell me. I think the hollyhocks are looking okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the pack of seeds. Well, maybe it's not. I was gonna say maybe that's the pack where I only got 5 seeds, but I see 6 now. And roses. Just fell right off. This chard's turning into like an alien plant. I need to do something with that. The squash is starting to grow up the vine here. Trying to keep an eye on the leaves. We do not want to get these squash borers out here. And then the eggplant, I repotted that yesterday because it was getting really big in its container. Got these beautiful blossoms on here. Look at that. This tomato's looking good. And then here's another eggplant. It's not quite as big as that one over there. I planted some watermelon down here, but nothing has come through the ground. These seeds were a little older. I'm probably gonna go ahead and plant something else because I want a harvest. Let's walk around here. We've got this squash plant. Hoping it's gonna do okay. These are looking pretty good. That's the loofah gourd. More loofah, more loofah. That's the one butternut squash still hanging on. And I hope it's gonna live. It looks so wet in there. I might have watered that too much yesterday. But I planted a whole bunch more seeds because the squirrels dig in this one. Oh, and I put out a tray of beer. And the next morning I came out here and it was full of slugs, which really tells me just how many are out here. So many, too many. But I love this little space. It is not perfect and it is small, but it is what I have. And I'm very glad to have a little space to garden. Got more garden art. And then I refreshed the hummingbird water yesterday. And I do keep water in here for little bugs to land and drink. And I can't believe that I had never heard of this climbing or trailing aster. I mean, look at this. It starts here and goes all the way up here. It's wild. Those impatiens down there are looking beautiful. I love impatiens, and I love the blooms on these. So pretty. I need to pull this rosemary out and put it in a pot by itself in the bright sun. I've never had rosemary do well in ground here. I don't know if it's just too acidic, but anyway, it's not looking that great back there. It's probably getting shaded out too, but I promise it looked like that before it was getting shaded out. These tomatoes are looking good. They're looking really good. And this is an Early Girl Plus. I don't know what that is. I had never planted these before. Really happy with the way they're looking. I did cover this potato vine or plant with some compost and mulch. So hopefully we'll get more potatoes as I keep covering. I've noticed there's some growth back there too. I've stuck 2 little Roma tomato plants in the ground. I don't know if I should have done that because they may not like being close to each other. I honestly don't remember. And did I read before I did that? No, I just went ahead and did it. I did bring a couple of peppers over here to be closer to this one and this one. So I've got all of my peppers right here together. And here's a little fern that I dug up from the yard, and I'm hoping it's gonna do okay. We got the Sweet William, and then this Gomphrena is starting to come out. So pretty. And I love this Hot Lips Salvia. You can see the bright bloom on that. I've had that for 3 years now. And this is looking pretty. Here's another little watering station for the insects and the butterflies. Everything's just looking nice. This is the bed where I got so many slugs. It's been really hard to get anything to grow. I've planted so many seeds in this entire bed, and it's like nothing makes it. So I'm really happy to see the zinnias doing well. They're bouncing back. There is some damage to the leaves, but you can see we've got some buds on here. This plant here, you can see the tag back there. That was a Victoria white salvia. I planted that last year and it was really pretty. It did overwinter. We had a lot of growth down here, which has just been decimated by, I'm guessing, slugs. We have this little portion here that looks like it's trying to do okay. I'm hesitant to just pull it out. I don't want to lose it, but it's not looking that great. I did plant, I don't even remember, that might be a borage that I put there in front. I'm gonna have borage everywhere, but that's okay. The Mandevilla is growing. It's starting to reach over here to this trellis. It's gonna be so beautiful. And my little succulent garden, look how much it's popped out. It's just doing great. This is bolted, and it's just, I don't know why this ended up looking like it did this year, but I'm gonna pull some of this out or all of it out and just let that soil, I don't know, I'll get all these pine pods out. Maybe aerate the soil and add some compost or something and plant another type of green. I've been getting more from this one. Of course, it's not as densely planted as this one. And then I've been getting salads from here too. Got little seedlings back here. I need to plant some more cucumber seeds. That little one that looked like it had been eaten down to a nub, it looks like it might be trying to have some foliage on it. some success. Some containers didn't do anything. I had planted sunflowers here, and I think the slugs got all of it. That's so aggravating because I did have some coming through the ground. It's very frustrating. And those are just volunteer birdhouse gourds. We'll see how they do. Look at this fern. This one's looking great. Got this new growth here. And I'm hoping these wildflower shade seeds will do something. I know you see the dreaded morning glory back there. I put that there. I'll deal with it if they end up everywhere. But I can tell you, when you go from having a garden that's established and you've had success to then end up with a place where you have so many failures, you kind of want anything that you can grow. And I'm feeling that way about the morning glory, I guess. I want something blooming out here. And look at the morning glories here. They're in a container. I, again, want this to grow up over the arbor, and I think it's gonna be really pretty. I don't know if I finished talking about this though. I salvaged just a couple of plants from the goldfish pond. I've got the pitcher plant, I've got the solar water feature. This is just for the insects. I will keep this water clean so that we don't end up with mosquitoes. If the plants die, they die. I'm not gonna do any more goldfish because I don't really have, let's just sit down and enjoy the view here. I don't really have easily accessible electricity out here. And I mean, even though those goldfish made it all through the winter with just the solar aerator, they all suddenly died. And I feel like without the container being there, it is easier to water the garden because we are on city water. I don't know. I'm sad, but it is what it is, and I'm gonna just go with it. That's my water feature for now. While we're sitting right here next to the nasturtium, let me show you what's happened. So these Alaska nasturtium in the front, they've all come through great. But then in the back, these tall single, this is what happens out here. Look at that. It's just been basically sliced in half. I think those were eaten to the ground because, you know, we had 5 across here. This one's looking okay. I guess it was slugs. I'm not really sure. This is pretty. Look at that bright color. And there's the other one. Well, may not seem like much, but it is my happy place. And I intend to learn how to grow food out here. That's the goal. That's the goal, and we're not going to give up. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I am preparing for a trip, an artist meetup, and I will be back in about a week with an update on the garden. I do want to show you, if we come right out here, that we've got this one little peach still hanging on. I don't see any more. Anyway, we'll get it figured out. All right, from my little fence to yours, happy growing.